So you've been
Yeah, Ben,
oh,
Chris, right?
Chris,
And
Dave.
yeah,
Yeah.
beauty. Hey guys, how are you?
I just thought it'll be better, like, since it's more time, I bring two people, maybe make it more interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, no, good call, man. It's
I
great.
can get him to leave if you want.
Yeah, get personal. No, it's all right, mate. We're good.
I'd
Cool.
leave.
Well, look, welcome to Nightbreed, man. Thanks for coming on and everything. You know, it's
Yeah, and sorry about taking the long time to get set up with you.
no stress, man. No stress at all. That's all good. Cool.
4:30 in the afternoon, Western Australia time.
That's right, mate. What time is it over there?
8:30 in
Yeah.
the future.
Yeah.
What are you in Perth?
Sorry.
Are you in Perth?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like just south of Perth. Yeah, yeah. Whereabouts in New Zealand are you guys?
Wellington.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Do you know?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah.
See?
Nah, never been. I'd love to go over there. Yeah.
Oh, no, that same with Perth. It looks lovely.
Yeah, it's a good spot for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'll start back in 2016. How did Stalker first come about? How'd you guys get together?
All right, straight back to the start.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I guess, how do we come together? I guess I was looking to play music again, or I guess I was kind of always on the lookout for another member, but didn't really mind kind of when it happened, but obviously sooner would be nice with the demise of my old band. So I guess I've always been playing in a band. And in 2016, I guess that's when the demo came out, eh? So a couple of years, or maybe the year before that, I linked up with Dave again at my good friend's house around the corner from me. I think you've probably been there for a while, or you just moved out. I probably just started coming around again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just started hanging out with one of my old friends who happened to be Dave's flatmate. And he was like, hey, check some shit out, check some riffs out. And I was like, holy shit, this is incredible, you know? What are you going to do with it? And he was like, nothing. I guess, nothing. Just playing music, you know? I'm always the guy that's like, you know, what can we do with shit? So I had my old drummer still from my old band, and I guess being a guitar and a drummer, we need a bass and vocals, even though Dave could play guitar too. So that's how it all started, and then it was on, you know, back into starting a band and just, you know, living and loving that those new years or the new start that any new band has.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Because Dave, you were doing Blood Night, right? Is that right? Back then?
Blood Night.
Say it again.
You were doing Blood Night before that, right? Like.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It was before, eh? Or same time.
You were about the same time.
Yeah.
Just getting up to speed, getting those chops crackling. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the first times I met Nick, I was able to give him the Blood Night demo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you know, it was all happening around then. It was cool. It was a good time.
Yeah, Dave kind of just likes to make music and play music, and I do too, but I'm kind of more like
more project based,
a bit more serious. How can let's do more with it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Chris, I would still be in my room shredding.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess to some people, yeah, I guess not everything has to be a band or be,
Yeah.
you know, out there serious.
Yeah.
Which I just stand.
So what's the metal scene like around where you guys are? Like when you're starting out, were you able to play shows and that sort of thing?
Yeah, we played our first show. Good reception. I guess I already had a bit of a name for myself, if I do say so, from my old band. So you know, Wellington's a small place, a lot of friends. Everyone kind of knows everyone in every genre. Kind of like, hey, you know, this guy's a new band. I think the demo had already been out, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think we had.
So we already had music out. You know, it wasn't like, hey, here's our first show. No one knows what it sounds like except for some rehearsal footage or something, you know. So we already had a demo out, and then it was like, hey, people like it. And then when we played the first show, it was kind of everything was just kind of working. Sweet.
Yeah, it's a pretty small city inside of a pretty small country, as you can. Coming from, you didn't say where you're based.
They said Perth. I said
south of Perth.
South of Perth.
Yeah, like Rockingham, like a bit further south. Yeah.
How many people in your city, in your village, or your city?
It's small, I guess. It's probably similar to Wellington, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 500,000.
I'm not sure, to be honest, man.
I'll look it up after.
This is I
know these small Aussie towns. You know, there's killers and shit.
Yeah.
I've seen the docos. I've seen the crime investigations.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I like to hit them with the 1-2 punch. You know, if a new band comes out, you know, if you're serious or if you're onto it, you know, you'd be silly not to put out something before your first show. You want to make, you know, I don't know. It's nice to have the other way around. Nice to be surprised by a band playing live. I don't know. Whatever. Think about this.
You guys are currently signed to Napalm Records alongside some pretty heavy hitters there, you know, like D. Snyder and Wasp and stuff. How'd you guys how'd that happen?
You want to answer that or should I answer it?
Nick should answer it.
Nick doesn't know anything. Our drummer just joined the table. Here he is.
Hey Nick, how are you, mate?
we just had band practice, so it's very cool that we're all together.
Yeah, cool.
We kind of all live across the road from each other. How'd that come about? Okay, so I guess Dave just said, hey man, we got a message in our inbox from someone from a record company, and it's Napalm Records, and we were like, oh, this has got to be a joke because that's not how these things work, you know. And it was a dude checked out that, you know, we checked him out, and he was a dude that, he said A&R from a record label saying, hey, I like your demo. Here's my digits. Give me a call and we'll chat. So we called him up, and he was like, yeah, man, you know, what are you guys up to? Do you have any, you know, and this was so early that we didn't have any plans. It was just, our plan was to write more music and release some more shit, you know. So before we even thought about anything, it was like an offer, and not just any offer, kind of a bit of a bigger offer for a band like us anyway. And we thought, you know, we'll take it. Any help that we can get, really, to stand out or be from New Zealand, you know, any help to do what we want to do, which is, you know, play shows and release some music. Mm-hmm. So he said that he wants to sign us. I said, why? And he said, you know, he loves the music. Reminds him from when he was a young metalhead, you know, listening to getting into like early thrash bands that he liked. And I said, yeah, but is that enough for a deal, you know? Is that, we're just a small band, we can't offer anything like who's on your roster, you know? And he said, what do you say? Didn't mind.
Yeah.
He was like, that's irrelevant,
like
man.
a project
yeah.
just of love, a labor of love for him.
A labor of love for him. So I think he went and asked the boss, and the boss checked it off, and next thing they put out the record, and everything's been sweet. They've been so sweet to work with. Absolutely lovely people to work with. Awesome people. Let you do what you want. Some have come and gone, as the industry is, you know, from working there from over the years. But yeah, so that's how that happened. So that's answer your question.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah. So 2017, Shadow of the Sword, the album comes out. What do you remember about recording that one? How was that?
Dave?
Oh Jesus, what do I remember? Nothing.
It is kind of a while ago. I guess I was pretty excited, you know, to have an album out of the same shit, releasing the first release, I guess. Mm-hmm. The first one was cool. It was the second one that had a bit of pressure, I guess, as it always does.
Yeah. No, we had a blast doing it. I remember, you know, coming off the back of that demo. but with a whole bunch of songs already kind of ready to go.
Yeah, we had a bit left over from the demo, and we knew to keep put out an album as quick as you can. I mean, no one's getting any younger, you know. So if you're going to do some writing, you may as well, you know.
Yeah, it was good. It was like pretty 50-50 split between the three of us, if that makes any sense.
Two of us.
Three of us. It was good. It all happened real smoothly. We found an artist we like.
We found someone to mix it.
Someone to mix it. Someone to master
it. All friends. Yeah, and it was all friends.
It all just happened really organically, really quickly.
Yeah. Actually, kind of thinking that there was no problems, really. Yeah.
No goss there, sorry.
No, it's good, man. It's a good thing.
Boring, eh?
No, it's all right. I play in a trio as well. How do you guys manage the solos live? Like having that, you know, does it kind of empty out a bit, or does it just feel full still, you know?
Well, welcome to my world. You play guitar, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, it is a hard one. It is.
We do get told a lot that like we sort of sound really big and fat normally. I think it is.
Yeah, we've had a few comments saying that it doesn't sound like a three-piece. It sounds quite big and full. Dave's got a bit of grunt going on his bass to make up for things.
But yeah, like sometimes you do got to rewrite those riffs for live. If you're playing live, you got to might not be exactly what you play on the record, but it's like, no one cares.
Look, I've when I'm listening to bands, I don't even know that I'm listening to 3 or 4 people sometimes. You know, I'm listening, and I guess most recorded albums, you know, they do have a backing plate on their album when the guitar solo's going on. You know, Motorhead, Venom and all that shit. And then live, it's just the way it is, you know? But I think you're always going to have that, you know, a little bit different from the record when you're playing a solo. I mean, same thing as when you got a 4-piece band, but yet the singer's on his singing's just singing. So you got guitar, bass, and drums. You got the same issue, you know. But yeah, it's got its pros and cons, you know. But yeah, it is definitely something that I'm always thinking about, very conscious. Even tonight, I think. Yeah, you know. But yeah, you are a bit left out there on your own.
Yeah.
Second guitarist.
He says he's got to stick out a lot. Like he's just left.
I'm left hanging there.
You're left hanging there, man.
Yeah.
We'll try to pick him up, you know.
Yeah, cool. Talking live, like you guys did a big tour, like Germany and the Czech Republic. How was that? That would have been crazy, right?
Fuck, it was amazing. They really, like, I don't know what it's really like in Australia. I think it's like the same or better than New Zealand, but the European music scene for live music is really well set up. The underground is just incredible.
You've been to Europe before?
Yeah, not all of it, of course, but yeah.
You've seen, wow. Have you been everywhere? Have you? So you know what we're talking about. There's
of course.
An underground scene for like a lot of shit in each city, and they really support the scene because there's so many of them, and it's good music and it's great scenes. Yeah, it's kind of and especially old school heavy metal. You know, they will always have a diehard scene, thrash, speed, heavy, whatever, and that's what makes it cool. Makes it worthwhile. Makes it cool. Yeah, I mean, we just can't wait to do more. But with shit that's going on at the moment, you know. But yeah, even today I saw some, you know, little underground fests carrying on, doing their thing. Back at some of these places, so you know, there's hope again.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, I think it's very, very different. I think it's like that's the epicenter.
Yeah. Last year you put out the video for Intruder in September. Heaps of bands use like video, VHS filters, all this kind of stuff. It actually looks like you've used a VHS. Is that right? Like,
yeah, man. So,
How about your Ukrainian guy?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I'm still being hunted down from someone that I bought one of those cameras off Facebook Marketplace because I said that I'd digitize all his family's.
Yeah.
We ended up taping over them for the shoot.
No.
That film.
Oh, man.
I work in a shop, and he every week with my tapes. It's my family memories on there, and I couldn't tell him. I just said, look, I keep forgetting. Another week, give me another week, and obviously we taped over them. But we had to buy cameras, which wasn't they're $100 each. That's nothing, a couple of VHS cameras. The problem is batteries don't work anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So if you bought anything that's 30 years old, you're going to need a new battery. So before the batteries actually came, we'd ordered the batteries, but they didn't arrive before that video, did they?
Yeah.
One of them did?
Yeah, one of them did.
Because the other one, we ran a power cable to a generator that was 20 meters.
Oh, man.
So it was a handy cam with the power cord connector into it instead of a battery. And then that was 20 meters. We had 20 meters to move to the generator, which was supplying the camera the power.
Yeah.
I guess the next problem with VHS is you got to get it onto digital somehow, which is like, I don't know, is that what you call an oxymoron? No. Irony.
It's just a massive problem.
Moronic. So you're going from digital to analog back to digital. It's no easy process. And yeah, I think that video had a mixture of both two different cameras. Yeah. Why did we do that? Did you like?
This looks good.
Just looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing can beat.
Yeah, it looks like a good time, drinking goon bags and stuff. Like,
even more nerdy, I think we filmed some of the VHS off of TV back onto VHS.
Right.
oh yeah,
So-
nice.
How did we do that? Did we tape it to a videotape?
Yeah.
I don't know why. There's some
Off
scenes.
one onto another, then
Yeah.
back around up its own ass, and then chuck it in the creek. And
Yeah. And then, are you going to ask another question about another video?
Yeah, if you like, mate.
After that video, we went fully handycam for the next video. That was just completely done on video camera, 2 video cameras. But we've still got them. If you need one. Someone's family tapes half done.
Yeah. No, cool. So yeah, October 30, Black Magic Terror comes out. How is this recording compared to the first one?
I'll leave that for you, Dave. Talked enough.
oh really? Oh Jesus! Fuck. We had a bigger flasher drum setup. I can tell you that much.
Did we?
Yeah.
Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. We
Okay.
did. Spent a lot of time tracking the drums. Nick put in a lot of good work.
I think we just kind of knew what we were doing a lot more.
We did a lot more kind of preparation.
Did a lot more prep.
than with the first album. Or at least I felt more prepared. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm just speaking for me more than you guys.
Yeah.
I bet.
Right.
No, we're not bringing in someone else into this now.
Yeah.
Preparation. I always kept an eye on how long it was taking from the last one. I guess we didn't really expect to go to Europe twice before the next album, which kind of pushes you back a little bit when you got like full-time jobs and shit.
Yeah.
So I was conscious about, hey, fuck, it's been a couple of years,
So lockdown.
Oh yeah, lockdown.
The
you tell
lockdown.
them.
That was super useful. 'Cause, we're all at home, trying to keep busy or whatever. And we have a studio that's pretty close to our house. So we were able to knock out all the vocals pretty quickly once we had everything all set up. We knew what we were doing, and I think that was dragging along. I don't know if you've ever
What was
done
dragging along?
vocals. The vocals.
Yeah.
It takes time, and
Yeah,
it just seems to take forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think lockdown for us was really helpful.
Very productive.
Thanks, COVID. Yeah. So we had it pretty lucky, in New Zealand as well. We kind of did it, and we did it hard and fast, and we got it out of the way. So I can hope that a bunch of people who are in lockdown now are busy, recording and, writing and recording. Ranger even put out a really good 3-song demo. That's called Lockdown, I think.
Yeah.
Was that the
I
name
think
of
so.
it?
Maybe the song's called Lockdown.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I'm looking forward to seeing like what COVID will make the creative community do.
Well, heaps of bands have done the whole live stream recording thing, and like bands that don't generally put out live albums, there's always live recordings now, so that's another good thing, I suppose, coming out of it.
Yeah, saw a lot of live stuff. There was a lot of trends going on, whether they were all on stage if they could be, or split between their bedrooms.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's cool.
that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
So, sorry.
Some of it was a bit cringe.
Well, yeah. Dave, you talk about vocals being difficult. You got any tips for budding vocalists out there that want to hit those high notes? How are you getting up there, man?
What you do is you just fucking have a hoon on it. You like just throw yourself down the stairs vocally, and
No,
just,
I don't know. I don't know if everyone can. I can't do it.
Trust.
Yeah, I can't
just
do
trust.
And I've tried. I think.
I reckon you can do it. You just. I don't know.
I think people always have, either they have it or they don't. Maybe a high range, but
Yeah, maybe.
you're always learning, eh?
Yeah.
I
But
guess.
there's no I don't know. I don't.
Not learning.
Like back when we started doing the demo, Satanic Panic demo. We're sitting around, and then fuck, we need a vocalist.
Yeah, that's right.
And
so
then-
it came about by necessity.
Yeah.
Necessity.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, oh, this section would be
We didn't
really
have a singer.
good.
We didn't have a singer.
Yeah.
So we were like, hey, Dave. I said, Dave, I don't know. I think maybe he's like, check this out. Or I was like, can you sing?
No,
as well?
I can't sing. Can't sing for shit. What do you mean?
Yeah. So.
And then next thing, you just got to do it.
Do you sing in yours?
Yeah, but it's more growly. Like, I'm not trying to hit
Yeah,
those crazy high notes,
No, but
Yeah,
growling's just as hard. Some people can't growl. People have it or they don't.
Yeah.
I guess people can learn.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, there's no secret. You just have a hoon on it.
Yeah. Cool. All right. You were saying before about the cover art for your albums. It looks like Frazetta or something. Is that the same artist on all the releases? Or?
Nah, it's a different guy. This time, I guess kind of like the first time, I don't know. Everyone wants something old looking. Well, I do anyway. And, a lot of kids can do old stuff, but this time I was like, man, let's just find one of these old guys. So I looked up a couple of them that did shit in the 70s, and they're all like 60, 70, 80 now. So I reached out to a couple of them, and I didn't really hear anything back. Probably, I don't know, maybe they're dead. Maybe they didn't get the email. But then this guy wrote back, and he was like, yeah, man, let's have a chat. And we had some ideas, and then I was like, man, let's just go with this guy, and he was keen. And we were keen, and it was a good relationship, I mean, art's a funny one. You're finding artists and then telling them to do what you want. And they're kind of like umming and ahhing, being like, well, I've done what I want my whole life. Now I've got a band telling me what they want. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, it's coming out great, man. It looks good,
Yeah, he was a guy from Rhode Island, New York? No, Rhode Island.
No.
Rhode Island, America, I'll say. And he's like 65. Still cranking out works and shit, which is great.
It's great to work with.
Said he doesn't have the eye that he used to have, 30 years ago, but still pretty good.
So do you reckon you'll use him again for the next one?
Yeah, I don't see why not. But...
That's always the kind of like, that's the thing with artists. I'm like, man, I love working with a guy a lot, the same guy, and also like having a different guy for each thing. And I'm like, man, I guess if you don't find the right guy in the first release, you kind of fucked. Because then you'll have like someone different and then the same guy all the time, which is fine, I guess. But I guess while we're kind of doing different artists, may as well kind of like, you know, it's nice to have different artists every time. Dave draws too. He drew the Power Mad cover.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah.
Just fucking takes ages, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, anything that takes, there's just so much involved in being a band that isn't actual music.
That just so much stuff to take you away from doing what you should be doing, which is writing music. You know, I mean, as you would know all this being
what are you doing now? You're on fucking Zoom to a couple of dickhead.
Yeah, you should be writing riffs.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, that's true. How was it with releasing the album? You know, during the pandemic, like, did it fuck up shows and stuff? Like, what happened with that?
It meant that we couldn't tour on it, but we managed to squeeze in a Japanese show, couple shows.
That was before the record.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. So,
Fuck.
not to be like that. It's just we had a really good, awesome release party show, unrestricted, at a small bar in town, small metal bar. You know, a couple hundred people packed in. Fucking awesome. I mean, say what we'd be doing anyway. I mean, we're so far away from Europe that we'd have to all have our cards right to be like, have the album at the same time we're going to do a tour, which is obviously what you do. Yeah. But, you know, getting an album.
Plan these things
you're going to plan these things so far in advance that, you know, just having an album complete to start with is a huge thing to sort out. So, yeah, I mean, what could we do? You're either going to hold off for another year for the pandemic, which is still, you know, people might be holding on to albums for until they can tour, or you release it, you know, and it's a good thing. I guess the good thing is that there wasn't much coming out as well, maybe, I think. I feel like there's been a lack of releases this year as well, compared to, I think last year was more releases maybe. But anyway, it was cool. It was, you know, we sent out a lot of shit, a lot more than we did before. So, you know, as far as we can see, it was all sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously would rather have no pandemic.
Yeah, of course. So September this year, you guys are making your way to Australia. Unfortunately not WA, but there's a whole lot of shows going on.
I guess WA is kind of like our South Island, Like, you know, feel the pain, but you know, I mean, a lot of these shows for us are going to be new and for the first time. So, you know, hopefully next time we can get out there. But yeah, you know, it's going to be a wild ride or a new ride for us too.
Yeah.
Playing a lot. And I can't wait, to be honest.
Yeah.
Watching so many crime shows from Australia that I'm looking forward to going to a lot of these places.
Yeah, Adelaide's the spot, mate. Go to Adelaide. There's heaps of
heard. Psychos, Australia, man, killing people. So, yeah, I mean, look, I think even out to Adelaide is quite a big stretch. But yeah, man, I guess it's just fucking nature of the game about how big Australia is. It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll blame your mate bookings for that one.
Yeah, no worries. So to get people to come out, how would you describe a Stalker show? How can you tell people what they can look forward to?
Oh, what's your elevator pitch, Chris?
Me again?
Yeah.
I think it's man. I think it's quite high octane, you know, energy, you know, fast, furious, and all those elements of a good, you know, speed thrash show. That's you know,
we can tell you what it's not, right? It's not standing in one spot looking at your footboard.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, Aussie has his fair share of thrash bands, you know, but you know, there's only a couple that really rise to the top and bring you a new kind of show. Because yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's a genre there's a lot of bands, you know, a lot of fucking great bands, to be honest, probably way more fucking better than like technical than us or better musicians. But you know, I think what goes into a show is you know, there's a lot more than just your songs. It's not to kind of point out the obvious, but yeah, I think putting on a show, I mean, we'll see how receptive the crowd is too. It's a hard one. It goes both ways. So hopefully, first of all, hopefully a lot of people come, and second of all, hopefully they have a good time. And if they've been locked up for how long they've been locked up,
Sure.
even more so.
Yeah, for sure.
Let the animals out of their cages.
Yeah, cool. So after this big tour, what's next for Stalker? Are you still writing or anything like that?
Yeah, we are. Don't want to let too much out of the bag if anyone's, wondering, but, don't want to say we're writing for a new album and that album's years away,
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, definitely always on the back of our mind we've just kind of feels like we've just kind of wrapped up quite a lot of things, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, it's already halfway through the year. I don't know where the year's gone to start with. But we released this last album at the end of last year, and there's a lot of shit to do after an album comes out before you can even think about the next one. And I think we've just kind of got to that stage now where it's like we've done most of the admin and we can kind of sit down and write again.
Yeah.
But when you got shows like the September shows tour coming up, it's kind of hard to kind of switch off from looking forward to or being nervous about and being ready for, the Aussies. And the Aussies, I reckon they'll be a tough crowd, the Aussies.
Yeah.
I reckon it's gonna be hard, but I reckon if you can make the Aussies happy, you can probably make anyone happy.
Nice.
I don't know where I'm getting that from. I just got the vibe. I had been over there a few times.
He's been watching a lot of true crime shit. He doesn't want to piss anyone off.
Yeah.
But, we've been to Melbourne a couple of times and it's been fantastic. But Melbourne's a hub. But I mean, we've sent a lot of shit out over Australia, so it'll be cool to come to people's places, where they can come and see a band that they like. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, look, Chris, Dave, Nick, wherever you are, thanks heaps for coming on. Hey, it was good to talk to you.
Yeah. Hey, man, all ours, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks
And
a lot,
hope it
man.
was. Yeah.
Hey.
We might see
Yeah.
you next year.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely, man. That'd be awesome. Yeah, definitely. Cool. All right, have a good one, man. Cheers.
Thank you guys too. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.